job is right. We can talk about anything you like. Just listen. Take a walk right over to my kitchen. What you wanna do? Come mix it up with the stew. So tell me what you wanna do. Come mix it up with the stew. Yeah, come mix it up with the stew.
That was great.
I thought that was good. I was trying to do the Janae robot, and I think I
think you did it. I think you did it.
Yeah. Okay.
Welcome to the stew. It is now Friday.
Yes, Freaky Friday.
Before we get started, I want to shout out to Les. She's not feeling too well today, so we want to give her lots of love. Mwah.
We love you, Les.
And I'm Janae.
I'm Anika.
And you're watching the stew, guys. So we've got a hot episode. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on, and you know, I don't know much, but I do know there's some drama going on. That's as much as I can kind of put my finger on. But I mean, the FNM, there has been a revolt. Loretta, Miss Butler, has put together a caucus that essentially says that we have no more confidence in Dr. Minnis as leader of the opposition. So now, 7 of the FNM MPs have now put together a letter to the Governor General. I mean, you know all of this stuff, but the thing is, what does this mean for the FNM? I did read an article where they say that in this position now, the FNM will not actually be the official opposition anymore.
Wow.
Once they appoint a new leader in the House of Assembly. Now, Dr. Minnis is still the leader of the FNM party, but not in the House of Assembly, from my understanding. So now they will be downgraded to a third party. So what this means is that, in my mind, anybody can really put together a letter with other signatures, send it to the Governor General, and be like, I need a new leader. Isn't that crazy?
Well, you know what? I'm happy to see some sort of change or some sort of ruckus, but I also feel a little, I don't know, I feel a ways about it, because the first thing I thought was, wow, looks like we're going to be stuck with the same thing after our next general election. And, you know, after the We March, march in Rawson Square, I felt like we were kind of on the right path to pushing change, and but this just makes me feel like we're going to be right back in the same position, because there's no unity within the party, and so Bahamians aren't going to feel like they're going to just choose what we have already.
What's interesting, though, is how the Constitution apparently is written out, or the articles, is that we don't really need a party, right? We can come together and vote for our own leader.
But let me ask you this then, because that was another concern. I have no issues with voting for an independent candidate, but I haven't seen, at least for me, I haven't really seen any independent candidates that made me feel really good about, you know what, because I have no issues with that. I'm not obligated to any specific party. I am all for voting for someone who I feel can do the job and do the job right. But in terms of consistency, and that was my initial issue, like when the DNA was doing their stuff, and I felt like, wow, we finally kind of have a third option, and it's looking good, and then they fell off. And so it lacked consistency for me. So I do feel like we are kind of in a space where Bahamians may be okay with voting for an independent candidate. But have you seen anyone that makes you feel like?
Well, I mean, I think all of them are competent, right? The issue that plagues me is the strategy and, what their motives really are. Everyone, we say it all the time, absolute corruption corrupts absolutely. So the minute you put these people who you trust in power and then they don't deliver, mind you, they don't have complete and full control, but in something like this, where there was a clear revolt against the leader of the opposition, we still need to see strategy, right? There was something circulating online that it would have been cleaner if the 7 MPs that actually did put the letter forward to the Governor General had actually resigned at the same time.
Gotcha.
So if they didn't resign immediately and they put this letter forth, where's the gap here, right? Where's the idea of the independent being a part of an independent? Are they scared to still separate themselves.
Yeah.
But in any event,
Yeah.
we do know that Dr. Minnis asked the MPs that put the letter together to get out of the house, or the F&M house, really. Or actually, in Dr. Minnis's words, get out of the boat. Or, no, the boat's already left, so just jump into the water. Something of the sort.
It's always some sort of.
And if they do not resign, they will have disciplinary action. But we all know Dr. Minnis doesn't have all of that power. So
Yeah.
there is a process there. So he can say all he likes, oh,
Yeah.
just resign. What if they don't?
Listen, it's
What's
officially the start of silly season. It started for a while now, so I just can't wait to see what's gonna unfold, because it's about to get real messy.
I don't understand
Real
the
quick.
process. I don't understand, but I'm definitely going to take some time to learn some of kind of the ins and outs, because
Yeah.
that's the only way that we're going to be able to also think about who we think will be a good candidate
Yeah.
moving forward, a good leader, is if we start to learn, well, how are they handling this process? We're looking straight into Dr. Minnis now. How is he going to handle the situation where he's been,
Yeah.
thrown under the bus, for lack of a better term?
It's an emotional process. I just feel like I don't know what
Exactly.
Bahamians are
We
going
have
to
to
do and
learn
feel.
that. We need to learn. We need
Yeah.
to read and understand that.
Yeah.
But talking about Bahamians, a really sad story that also came out this week was that 61 employees from Ocean Club were fired for quote unquote constant reports of bad customer service. Wow. And I went into this before in terms of what I would change in the country. Now, it's crazy to think that 61?
Yeah, 61, yeah.
61? I mean, not all 61 gave bad customer service.
It doesn't sound too right. It sounds a
doesn't
little
sound-
fishy. Here's what I think. It reminded me of when we went through, I can't remember which year it was, but I think it was Atlantis or some other place, fired like hundreds of people. And what I felt was the company may have wanted to let go of some people for some time. And then, there's now an excuse or bad service. So we have to let these 61 people go home. And I find that very hard to believe. I mean, it could be anything, but it is also very unfortunate to see people losing their jobs.
No, I mean, there's two sides of the coin here. At some point, we have to learn. Like, we get so complacent, we, feel entitled, to just think, okay, well, I have this job on lock.
Yeah.
I don't have to go up over and beyond. And if you know Ocean Club and what they're supposed to stand for, you wouldn't want to go into Ocean Club and get
terrible service,
mediocre service.
Yeah,
it's just that's not possible.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, these are 61 jobs that were lost, and I just hope that they bounce back from that.
Yeah, and I mean, if it is true, this is also a very clear and good message for Bahamians everywhere. Much like Janae said, not because you have a job and you're checking in every day doesn't mean that you should just continue with doing the bare minimum, if that was the case. Not saying that that may have been the case for all 61 people, but just as a message to other Bahamians that you just can't swipe in and be like, well, I hear.
Exactly.
And I did 2 tasks and that's it.
There's always somebody who wants to be where you're at.
Yeah.
And there's always someone that needs to be where you're at also.
Yeah.
So you're mindful of that, and you just work hard. I mean, you're already there, so just put in all the time, the effort, and then go home and just feel amazing about yourself.
And Diddy said it well one time. He said, you can and you will be replaced.
Thank
So
you.
don't ever think that you're irreplaceable.
All right, honey, sing to us, sing to us. So we've got a really exciting Stew on the Go that we want to bring back up. In the spirit of the F&M revolt, in the spirit of people losing their jobs, we want to make sure that, our voices are heard, and we want change, not change. We want betterment.
Betterment.
So check out Stew on the Go when we were at We March on Black Friday. We'll be right back.
Stu is still here on the go in Rawson Square, and we are here with Deanne. Can you tell me a little bit more about your sign?
My sign basically is saying that it's our land, not Crown land. I hail from the island of Andros, and 2005 I applied for Crown land, and this is almost 12 years later, and I'm keep being told that there's only 3 survey officers in the Bahamas that deals with Crown land, but I was also told that I can lease it, but I'm wondering, how can I lease it? Why can't I own it? And I'm disgruntled, I'm disappointed. Why is it I can't get anything done? I've written letters. I've spoken to the Prime Minister in person. He said I can come to his office and see him. I've tried that, it doesn't work. I had to write letters confidential, and I got a reply, and almost 5 years later, still nothing.
We're here in Rawson Square with Dolly. Can you tell me a little bit more about your sign?
My sign depicts one of my best friends who lives in the current Eleuthera. There was a fire yesterday morning. It started about 1:30, and there was they called the fire truck. There's nothing in the area. A fire truck had to actually come from Rock Sound, Eleuthera. The time as they got there, the fire would have started between 1:30 and 2. The fire truck never came until about 6 o'clock, and they didn't even have sufficient water to out the fires.
What are you demanding from the government today?
I'm demanding that the government get fire engines on every island in the Bahamas, in or near every settlement in the Bahamas. This is unnecessary. The guys who owns these homes, they are fishermen, and they're coming home to nothing. No wife, no houses.
What does this march mean to you?
Oh, this means so much to me that Bahamians are getting together to let their voices be heard. We need to do that. We are tired of just accepting anything from the government. This is unnecessary. This happened yesterday, and it's just another death. Nobody is saying, are we going to get more fire engines? Nobody is saying anything. We demand more from the government.
What do you want to tell other Bahamians?
I want to tell other Bahamians to fight for your cause, whether that's in fishing. My husband is in the fishing industry. We will not accept anyone coming into our waters other than Bahamians. Fight for whatever issues that you have that concerns you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back to The Stew. Today we're talking about a man who has just been through triumph, been through trials, been through everything that you can imagine, and his story is so powerful. Beyond being powerful, he has just given everybody just a piece of life, touched their lives. And today we have special guests in studio who want to return the favor and also touch his life at this very moment in time. We've got Gandhi and Mendel. Welcome. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Hello, beautiful. How are you?
Thank you for joining us.
All right, so we're talking about Mr. Andre Chappelle today. His story is incredible. I know many of us know him or have seen him. And over the past few years, I mean, he's touched so many lives. He's touched your lives. And so we just want to talk about that. Talk about Mr. Chappelle and why you're here today.
Okay, I'll try to talk about Andre without shedding a tear. But Andre is just truly the quintessence of strength, loyalty, beauty. Those are the things that I really hold in high regard, especially when it comes to friendship. So I call Andre a dear friend, and of course his beautiful wife, Kim Chappelle. Andre, I can't even find any words to describe him, but he spent 30 years in what some would call the wilderness. He had a drug addiction, and they would say that his story is one from riches to rags. But we'll tell you how he's back to riches again. But Andre would be in the Oaksfield area, around McDonald's, around a gas station. Sometimes he would sleep on cardboard, sometimes he would sleep in the back, but he became family to everybody that he came into contact with. So people from the university, they would ask for help with his homework. When I did my course in criminology, Andre would help me. He would write poems, he would give us orchids, and he didn't do this to just me. Everybody has a unique story about Andre Chappelle. Mandel has a story. Etta Cartwright, who did a documentary or a short film with Andre, has a story. He would talk to her when she was in university, guide her through. And there's this one word that Andre taught me, and it's ineffable, which means there are no words to describe. And that's how we feel about Andre. And that is why we're here today to say that after all those years in the wilderness, then triumph, getting his life together on his road to Damascus experience, now in the kingdom, doing this, doing that, so many positive things, Andre now fights another battle. So we're praying for a miracle. We're praying that he would now overcome this battle against cancer. And we're asking everybody to just come together and now give a hand to Andre. So McDonald's, the owner and operator of McDonald's, Miss Erla Bethel, she said, you know what, Gandhi, we got to do something. And so every dollar that you give when you go into McDonald's right here in New Providence, Erla Bethel and the McDonald's family will match that. So if you have 50 cents, 25 cents, $1, $100, $1,000, it's not just $1. It's not just $100. It'll be doubled because they're going to match it.
That's amazing. Mandel, you've worked with McDonald's before. Please tell me or share a story with us, you know, your experience with Andre and what this means to you now.
You know, one of the things that I really pride myself on, like Andy said, is how we treat people in our society. And one of the things here in the Bahamas is we have a lot of people what we call Joneses in our society. And for those that knew Andre, he represented what we would call Joneses in our society. And so when I started to work at a part of the McDonald's family, Andre already was a part of that community already. And so one of my greatest challenges in working for McDonald's was I didn't like taking out trash. And Andre made that remarkably easy for me through the exchange of McDonald's chocolate chip cookies. And so I want to encourage people to go to McDonald's and purchase chocolate chip cookies on behalf of Andre, through the hands for Andre. And so for me, it's just an opportunity to get us as a society to understand that how we treat those that were or are displaced in our society is a reflection of who we are as a people. And I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to be a part of one individual's transformation and thereby also have that benefit our society as a whole.
Such a good story, because in this season of light, which Andre completely represents, we say 'tis the season.
Yes,
tell about that story, that Christmas story when Andre gave you a gift.
And it's ironic that tis the season that we're doing this. The Christmas season of 2008, I found myself displaced because of poor choices and decisions. And the only thing I got for that Christmas was $5 from Andre. And so I want to encourage as many people to use this as the season moment to give back into Andre. I myself have already decided that I'm going to go into my personal resources, and more than that $5 that he gave to me, I'm going to return to him. 100 measure pressed down, shaken together.
I love that there's a bigger story in that, you know, we're talking about one person, but we're talking about a whole movement.
Yes.
In that, you know, you want to give back. You want to understand that, you know, you might be going through hard times, but there's somebody who's been able to overcome that and actually, you know, triumph through that.
Yes.
And that's the story that I'm getting from Andre and from everyone's personal experiences with him. I mean, Candy, can you tell us about some of
course.
your
Well, he
stories?
now speaks to people, like I said, in the prison. He works with the family. He's worked with Teen Challenge. And just to encounter Andre or have a moment with Andre, like your life will be changed.
Yes.
He would help me, like I said, with my work. And you know, one day I pulled up there and I was short. I didn't have that much cash on me. And he said, I'll do it. You know, and I gave him this Rick Warren purpose-driven book. And the time that I will always remember, because every time we'd say, Andre, oh, by your birthday, by your birthday, by your birthday, we got to be good, we got to be good. And one day he called me and he said, Gandhi, you know, I'm leaving, and when I come back, I won't be the same. When he came back, he was a new person, new look, and he actually had his experience where he cried out to God in the McDonald's parking lot. He went away to his sister Colleen in the States, and he just came back a new man, like never looked back, no withdrawals, nothing. And then he came on my radio show, and it was just amazing. But there are a few other women, because I got the call from Erla, and Andre named 4 of us his angels. So myself, Kim Chappelle, who he's now married to, Erla, Bethel, and Diane. And he just called everybody, and we said, okay, we have to move into action. So Mandel actually saw what we were doing. We went on Guardian Radio. He said, hey, I want to assist. I want to come out. He said, I don't have much right now, but I got a job that I'm going to do. And he said, I will give you everything that I get from that job. And that's the kind of support that we're looking for. If Andre has touched you, if you know about someone who's been touched by Andre, he's like changed lives. He's helped families.
I remember, can I tell you, when I used to go to COB, one evening I was walking over to the bank and I had this slipper on and my slipper popped. And Andre, on the side of the street, somehow found some strings, I don't know, he just found material from anywhere, and he fixed my shoe. Wow. And I was able to walk back to class with no shame, right? Wow. And you know, he's come out to our open mic nights, which was amazing, because I had no idea that he writes. And no, but he's really a beautiful soul, and so this has made me extremely emotional.
You know, it's for me, it's been an amazing journey in terms of watching Andre's transformation, because for me, I'm like, which Andre do I miss? The one that we got so used to on the streets in terms of that personality, because I think that is the hallmark of Andre, his personality. He has a very captivating and infectious personality.
Yeah. So we just want to say, if anyone deserves a miracle, it's Andre.
Yes.
If anyone is capable of a miracle, it's Andre. And he's already shown that he continues to fight, and his wife, Kim, is there every single step of the way to support him. But we know that home care can be very expensive, especially when, you know, the power would go out, and you definitely need the power. So there are a number of things that we want to ensure that Andre and his family has, so that he is as comfortable as possible as he allows his faith and just strength to just continue to heal him. So we continue to pray. We know the power of prayer. So we ask that you pray for Andre. We ask that you lend a hand for Andre. And, you know, sometimes I hear the word Joneser. I never saw that when I saw Andre. I would just always see light. I just see his spirit, the most respectful, well-spoken, intelligent person, and just to see what he was doing for the kingdom. And just a brief pause, we are praying for a miraculous healing. But in the meantime, we need to touch Andre in another way with finances as well, too.
How's he feeling? What's the spirit like right now? I can only imagine even joy during this.
He's gonna watch this, and he and his wife Kim, and I'm sure he's gonna smile and send his love, but it's a battle. He is truly in a battle, and we feel that with all those years in the wilderness, this is his toughest one yet.
Gandhi,
so we pray
I can truly say that I believe that Andre is just saying in his spirit, as he fights Judas, that it's ineffable. It's ineffable that I get through this.
It is ineffable.
So
no words to describe.
So we pray for Andre again, like Gandhi and Mandel says. If there's any way that you can assist, please do assist. You know, our prayers are up, and a lending hand is all we can ask for now. So we want to thank you for coming on the show, Gandhi and Mandel.
Thank you.
This has been a very emotional
episode.
I know, and we want to encourage people. You can go. I just created the Facebook page today. A hand for Andre. So we want you to share your Andre experiences and your pictures, your photos, your videos, and remember to go into McDonald's, because they're matching whatever it is you do. And there's a cell number up there. Please call that during appropriate times.
That's right. So you heard it. A hand for Andre on Facebook. Please check it out. We'll be back after the break when Anika gives us a fabulous tech tip.
Guys, you're watching The Stew, and this is your tech tip. Now, the holiday seasons are here, and I'm sure you want to spend time with your family and friends without having to break the bank. Here are a few apps that you can use for your very own house party. The first game is a personal fave, and that is Heads Up. Do you love charades? Now you can play it on your iPhone. Just mount your iPhone on your head and have your friends and family act out whatever is on the screen. The best part about this app is that once you are done, there's a secret little camera recording your friends and all of the crazy action. It's so fun to look back on all the cool videos. Next up is Sing Karaoke. Of course, everyone in the house is going to be singing their favorite holiday songs, and now you can too. Download this app, use your phone as a mic, and belt out those notes. Clearly, that's not my talent. Next up is reverse charades. Now it's time to put your family and friends to work. Just take a seat back and have the group act out whatever is on that card while you guess the magic word. This has been your tech tip. You're watching The Stew. I'll see you guys next time, and happy holidays! Welcome back to The Stew. Thank you guys so much for joining us for another super fun episode. We've covered so much, everything that's happening in politics and in careers here in the Bahamas. And thank you too for joining me for yet another tech tip.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, you enjoyed that?
I liked it.
Super. And for our special guest in studio today, catch us next week, same time, same place, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1 and 8 p.m. on cable channel 224, BTC Flow 112, and follow us on social media. Everything is ILTV Studios. Catch your full episodes online, like if you can't like watch us on TV. All right?
Yeah.
You ready? Les, hurry back. We love you. See you guys next time.
See you Monday.
When the vibe is right, we can talk about anything you like. Just listen. Take a walk right over to my kitchen. Oh.